to my channel. On this channel, I stimulate games on Football Live 2026. On my previous episode, we started a Master League journey with Napoli, and on our previous game video, the first encounter we had was not that beautiful. We had a loss in a Super Cup, and it was a very sad one in our last episode. I believe this episode will give us a good edge to winning the title this season. And on this episode, we are playing the Champions League match against Rangers FC, and I believe let's see how this episode is going to turn out. And please, if you're just coming across this channel, please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Boom! Let's get into the game.
So, for the first time this season, the thoughts of Jim Begley.
Yeah, people have short memories in football. It's all about this new season now. The fans are seeking a statement start, and it's all down to these players to turn up and deliver right from the off.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Lukaku, a cracking ball. Doggy gets across to intercept that, and it's Lukaku. Now who's going to be first to this? Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Juan Miranda, gently done. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. So new season, and for so many, Jim, of course, that means new boss.
It does indeed.
No question, that's been a big talking point.
Yeah, absolutely. The new man's certainly excited to talk about his vision ahead of the game.
Can he finish? Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Anguissa wins the duel this time. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Ball's gone out of play. That's well seen too. Lukaku, oh, good spread. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. De Bruyne tries a shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Juan Miranda. Still goalless at the moment. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
That is some very intelligent play from the forwards here. Great movement.
And what's making it work?
Well, it's the way they're swapping positions and dragging defenders where they really don't wish to go.
Juan Miranda. To the left, and that has been clubbed away and reclaimed it in a trice. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. And he ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
De Bruyne. Played out to the right. Lukaku out to the right. McTominay. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. FERA. Juan Miranda. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Udogi with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Played into space, picks it up out wide. And that's been won straight back. And the finish! And it's half-time here. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we go again then. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a promising position. Could be danger here. Climbs up big. Really well taken goal. The breakthrough arrives at last. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And it's De Bruyne. Lukaku. Lang, he's had a goal! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now then, the ball's come loose. And here's Anguissa. Nice interception, well timed. Juan Miranda. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. That's really well manoeuvred. FERA. He's going to be disappointed with that. Lukaku. Oh, nicely intercepted. Anguissa. Lukaku. Now it's Lang. Up he goes! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Politano brilliantly anticipated the delivery, and he'll be annoyed it didn't lead to more.
And it's played forward. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Juan Miranda. Lang. Lukaku. Lang. Lovely. It's Lukaku!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's in a great position here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
McTominay does really well to win the ball there. Spread out to the left. He's in plenty of space here.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Bongiorno is there and he can get that clear. That's put paid to a promising move. Succumbs to the pressure. And he has been fouled there.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
De Bruyne.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Anguissa. Hoylu. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Oh, it's come off the upright. Aimed into... Oh, what a climb! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That's going to go a long way. Di Lorenzo. And here's Neres. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick. And that's a goal kick. And time is up. Well, so much talk about wanting to hit the ground running, about issuing a warning to their rivals. In the end, they achieved neither, and they slumped to a defeat on opening day. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, this was one of the teams, Peter, that I was keen to have a look at, but it's...
A warm welcome to all of you on this utterly glorious day. Positive vibes all around us, nigh on perfect conditions. There is a thrilling football match in prospect here, and we will be getting underway very shortly. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy, Nemanja Matic, is a beacon of stability, Peter. His role is to keep the team's overall shape and balance and ensure that defensive stability when a lot of players around him will be looking to get forward.
Okay, interesting. Sassuolo are still to get up and running after defeat on the opening day. Now's the chance to launch their season. McTominay. Anguissa forwards and with intent. McTominay. Lukaku. It's run loose here. Oh, they could... Lang! He's scored! Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Anguissa wins the duel this time.
Anguissa, yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Long ball by the goalkeeper. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Buongiorno. Anguissa. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Lukaku. Well read, nice interception. Keeper's got good distance on that.
Yeah, Peter, just have a look at this and see how the strikers are drifting into wide positions now.
And that's tactical, is it? It's not been forced on them?
No, it's all related to the hope of creating space for midfield runners.
Berardi. Lang. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. And it's De Bruyne. Out to the left it goes. Udogi. So just a one early goal. Politano! Get a throw in. Now it's Lang. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. seems intense, and it's paid off. Anguissa. Di Lorenzo cuts out the pass. Pinamonti. Branch. Oh, it's come loose. Di Lorenzo. McTominay. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And it's McTominay. Lukaku shifted upfield. Branch. And it's Lukaku. McTominay does well to get it back. That has been cut short. Over to the left. De Bruyne. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Anguissa. Politano. Lukaku. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Header comes in! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Sassuolo, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
McTominay. And it's De Bruyne. Defending was strong and firm. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to...
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Clears it away. And it will be a throw-in. Anguissa, now here's the delivery. Buongiorno, some resolute defending there. McTominay. Anguissa. McTominay. Lukaku. Udogi charging forward down that flank. Is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Di Lorenzo. And it's Lukaku. Out to the right. Matic. Could move up a gear here. Aim forwards. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble.
He's having a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So here comes the substitution.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Tries to clear.
Sassuolo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And here's Politano. De Bruyne. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. The changes then in quick succession. Defending of the desperate variety. Doggy. McTominay. Ongisa running with the ball. Aimed in towards the centre.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another...
McTominay! He's got away with one there. Sassuolo making another change here. Great defending, strong and determined. Moved on forwards. Bongiorno cuts it out. McTominay gently done. And it's played forward.
Keep down and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Romani gets across to intercept that. De Bruyne head out towards the right wing. Politano. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Sassuolo making consecutive changes here.
Well, his stamina was...
Oh, smashing header! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. That's very neat. Either side really getting hold of the ball. Politano gets flagged offside.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
De Bruyne, aim forwards. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he getting here? And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
De Bruyne having a look. And missed the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Tries to get it clear. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Lang, and the counter is on. And De Bruyne! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a result.
And so the thrill of the opening game. Giddy hope and expectation, they all line up as equals, looking for the perfect start. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Day one, and everybody eager to get off to a good start.
Yes, and that's very apparent, Peter. Competition football is a different beast entirely, and you have to be prepared to dig deep to prevent everything going south very quickly. So this could be a tentative standoff in weighing each other up. I hope we'll see more probing than possession.
So away we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count.
The referee's awarded a free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. Obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he? I think those reactions say it all. He didn't wait for the support, and the chance is going to beg him.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Politano. Lukaku cuts out the pass. Dow. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Picks it up out wide. And back out it comes.
Rangers, but Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah,
It goes to finish! Now, the first 15 minutes or so, always a time for teams to be on high alert, even more so if you are shown to be vulnerable at this point. It's a little off target. Udogi. Nicely intercepted. And it's played forward. Dow. Moved on forwards. Now that's well seen too. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Aim forwards. Knocks it out wide. De Bruyne. De Bruyne gently done. And it's Lukaku. Politano. Danilo proves too strong. Lukaku.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Physical challenge. Lang gets flagged offside. Dow. Ramani did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Could be Dow! And it's come back out to him. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, shooting chance! It's a loose ball. In for the pieces. They've played it short. Di Lorenzo tries to clear, shapes to shoot! Great effort, beautifully taken.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Good Bit of possession this, but very little to show for it. Well, that's well done, really robust. Well, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Oh, that is asking for trouble. He has found a way through. Takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
It's Ankisa. Played out wide. Politano. No way through. And a chance! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Lang, nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
That's really well manoeuvred. Danilo. Dal. Out to the left it goes. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. McTominay. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes.
Real chance! And it's Lukaku. It's Lukaku! Oh, that's quite incredible!
Well, what a restart this has been. A top player striking early. The perfect fillip to push on from what was a stunning finish.
And that's it. That was always inevitable. Time for a change in personnel. So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Can he latch on to this? And the keeper beats it away. The doggy, early ball out from the back. Moved on forwards. Dowell played out towards the right wing. Now here's the delivery. Ramani. Dowell.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
It's anyone's ball now. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Have it back and can go again. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. The ball is loose and the chase is on. He's found a way through. And it's played forward. Chance here to counter. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Dowell. Spread out to the left. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
He's having a shot! Rangers are making a change now.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Tries to get it clear. Oh, nice touch. And here's Anguissa. Takes the shot! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Lobotka really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Dowell. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Rangers really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Lobotka forwards and with intent. It's really well manoeuvred. So the team's separated just by the one goal which came early in the second period. And the score is 1-0.
Rangers really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Time, excellent interception. And it's gone back to the keeper. The keeper's got good distance on that. Lang is fouled. Some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Lukaku, who got amongst the goals, is being taken off now.
Well, this could purely be down to rotation with the next game in mind, but he doesn't look very happy.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Buongiorno. Now it's Højlund. He is through here! Brilliantly cut out. I think we're just about done here. Anguissa aim forwards. Deftly away. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So a smooth start, and one which, at least results-wise, could not have been better. That'll do very nicely. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Listen, ideally, any new campaign needs a start that puts 3 points on the board, and it's mission accomplished. Nothing too fancy was required, just a good solid team display for me.